This is gonna be a long one. I hope my camera holds out. It's time to let it go. But first, let's have a real smoke. Yeah. It's a sunny day, but rather cold. Clouds are beautifully white, and the sky is beautifully blue. And people are roaming the streets. I'm not sure if they're happy. I just at school. It was a rather ordinary day. I spoke to my teacher about the fact that they mirrored some of my own insecurities. I have a very direct teacher who says what's on her mind, makes a lot of money, artist promotion class. And then we had a second class which was about climate and about the betterment of the world. And I talked a lot. I apparently have a lot of knowledge on this topic that sometimes I forget that I have. But I was taking the train home, just listening to some videos about psychology. I love psychology. It goes so deep. And I got out of the train and this wave hit me. I was just staring at all the people in a half dissociative, half conscious state, and the people were moving, and I guess in a way I flowed along with it, yet I didn't feel part of it. People stare, they always stare. It doesn't really matter much. I'm apathetic towards it. I do not care. And I was thinking how I truly felt alien. And then I got home and I thought about the whole typical traveling and letting everything go. But at this point, you can't really live without money. Not really. And I love creating. I love being active. I love being there for people. I love giving advice. Yet, I do not care for a job. I do not care to make money. Yet at the same time, I do not care for poverty. And I started looking at the clouds, and I thought the same thought I always think, but just of a little bit more of a calm demeanor. Maybe it's my time to die. Maybe I should join up with the clouds. And it reminded me of my ayahuasca experience, which showed me a hair stuck in my piercing. Give me a second, typical. This always happens whenever I want to get serious. You know, I saw everything in that moment. It was shown through the clouds, through this angel's eye, circling around me, creating all the symbolism, everything that there is. And now, I can't describe this at all, for it went so much further than everything you'll ever know. However, because I saw everything I now see just reminds me of this one moment, this moment of death. Maybe it's my time to die. Yet I have fought this fault before, and I have hung myself up. And this did not change anything. I woke up one day and at least my memory started fading back in, and there was no recollection. I was living in a mental hospital at the time, and I had done it in such a way where I could not escape. I had tied not quite a noose, but a literal knot around my throat, as to the point where I was choking, and I hanged myself up from my strongest pole I had in my room, on part of my roof and my window, and I stood on a chair and I kicked the chair away, and I saw it all at that moment as well, even though I've seen more since. And there are certain rules to these places. If someone were to commit self-harm or suicide, at least the attempt of, then they will inform your parents, and they will write a note about this. My parents never knew. There was no note. There was nothing. Life simply went on, even though I had died. And this has strayed me away from suicide many times, because hell, I'll go through so much effort and life will just go on a different plane. I have witnessed this before. Why wouldn't it happen again? Goddamn cigarettes. I was raised, you know, the subconscious programming goes. I was raised to believe that I was not meant to be human. I can't remember much of it. Especially the early days, it's all vague. But I do remember I was in therapy as long as I can remember. And I'm gonna chain smoke this entire thing. I don't give a fuck right now. Yeah, so I was raised by therapists, constantly forcing me to self-analyze, like some kind of psychoanalyst child. I was already learning about self-actualization when I was like 5. I was already analyzing the mind when I was like 5. And I learned to be everything they wanted me to be, and it was never enough. And they would tell me I could never live in society, and they would put me in isolation cells and abuse me, and I would get beat up by other kids, and I flipped out at people I loved because I had so much fear in me, but I never really wanted to hurt a soul. And then I did everything they told me to, and they let me go home, and the home situation was fucked, so before you knew it, I was back again. And I've told my story a million times, and I feel no shame anymore towards it, and I could explain it or tell it any which way. It doesn't really matter because it doesn't change anything, nor do I want sympathy, nor do I really need people to understand me either. And there's people that have had it worse, there's people that have had it better. It really does not matter. What I'm getting at now is my current emotional state. And yeah, I was in this, and when I got out at 18, I was like a lost child searching for a home. People called me a stray cat all the time. I got into a relationship with this lovely lady, and it was, in my eyes, perfect at that time. We lived together, we went camping, we did this, we did that. She taught me how to be healthy, she taught me how to be good for the environment, she taught me how to be confident, how to be beautiful. And eventually, it ended up becoming very codependent, and my dad ended up in hospital 3 times due to alcohol poisoning, and I got crazy psychotic, and things fell apart, and that's just what happens. And ever since then, I was really a lost child. I was really just trying to find my way around. And this thought kept hitting me. They always told me I was never meant to be a part of this world. This society. Maybe I'm just not, Maybe I'm really not. I mean, all these adults must have some idea, But I guess at the same time, they're all just as clueless as I am. And yeah, ever since then, I've made friends, I've lost friends, I've made enemies, I've learned to socialize, I've learned to think, I've learned to analyze, I've figured out what makes people like me and what is honest and what is real, and I know how to manipulate, I know how to be true to myself, and I know that honesty is always more rewarding for myself than lying. And so I don't lie anymore, yet honesty also creates more pain, of course. I have done many a meditation, which has shown me a great many things. And I also got into a point where I started using way too many psychedelics, which has shown me the way the universe works. It has shown me the duality of it all, the ones, the zeros, the net in between, the way I interact with people. It has shown me my role. I move into a place, and purely energetically, I have an impact on people, and quite often this is positive. I'm very much a fixer of vibes. Though often one-on-one, I seem to make things worse in the long run. People feel loved, they feel healed, and then they break apart when I decide that it is time to let them do what they need to do. Because I cannot be a caregiver for people. I can simply lead them on the right path. Yet, maybe I don't even know the right path, for I am also just a fool. And they thank me, and they want me in their life. And I wish I could be what they needed from me to be. I cannot be that. I cannot be a caretaker. I cannot be a shaman. I cannot be a trip sitter. I cannot be a worker. I cannot be a musician. I cannot be an artist. I cannot be a speaker, but I can't be silent either. I cannot be an influencer. I can't be on social media, yet I can't be off social media. I can't be an addict, yet at the same time, I can't quit smoking. Ugh. And I don't know, it's just, I am not a person. I am simply a reflection. Everyone I meet, I just align to whatever they are. And that used to be in a people-pleasing way. It used to be in a way that made me feel loved. But I eventually grew not to care about that either. And now I simply reflect the energy that is there. And there is no self. I can act like everything I've learned, all the inherent personality traits, the subconscious programming, the way I act, the way I speak, my voice, my music. I can act like that's all me, but that's not me either. I am just simply a void filled with things that I see, that I experience. Is that what being human is? I don't know. And then I tried to be perfect, and then I tried to be imperfect, and I've done it all. I've done magic. I have literally manifested money. I said to myself, I did the necessary precautions. I did the manifestation ritual, the uncrossing, sigils, using the moon cycle the way it needs to go, and money came to me. It was right there, loads of it. I didn't care for it. It was just there. I tried to manifest a pink elephant, and a week later there was a pink elephant flag on my friend's wall. I can create anything I want, I really can. And I know everyone can. But the moment you learn this, it just makes you even less human, and you're not able to connect to anyone. How the fuck are you gonna tell someone that you're able to create shit out of thin air? How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna ever explain that to someone? People laugh, people take it with a grain of salt, but it's true, you can do this. Gave me an ego, made me feel powerful. Oh, fuck. Where's the power in being different? People get inspired, people want to be like me. They want to, they wish they could have the balls to tattoo their face or whatever, but it's also just pain and art. It also has no meaning. It is just simple ritualistic expression. And I don't think anyone would want to be like me, to be fair. They think they do, but trust me. Because again, everyone has an identity. Everyone seems to have an identity, and I'm just an adrift soul in a shell, watching this world move by in spectator view. You could call me a creator, but I'm more a spectator, thinking of Minecraft terms. I am neither left nor right. I'm neither black nor white, even though I was born with white skin. I had no culture I grew up in. I grew up in an international family, surrounded by international schooling system. Nothing I could identify with. I have no subculture I am a part of, and I have no friend group. I have individuals that I love very deeply, and I can relate to on certain levels. And some people are even very much under the impression that I am a part of them, that I am their twin flame or their mirror or this or that, but I am none of that either. I'm just adrift. A sailor of these seas of time. Lost, yet having found it more than anyone I've ever spoken to. And I used to have goals and ambitions, things I would want to uphold, but I do not care. I wanted to be famous. I could be, I know how to be. If I want to be, I could make myself, I'm sure. But it does not entertain me. I wanted to be the best musician, I wanted to be the best vocalist, I wanted to be this, I wanted to be a lover, I wanted to be a father. I've tried all these avenues, and it's not that they hurt or aren't satisfying. It's just the more you grow to understand the universe, the more or the less it all matters. And I know you create your own meaning, And that's part of the whole duality. Life is as meaningful as it is meaningless. I've said this a million times. And I think life is extremely beautiful and extremely meaningful, don't get me wrong. But it's that middle state. It's really that adrift state of, I know there is meaning, but I also know there is lack of meaning. And all the things that don't make sense, all the absurdities, are at a point now where they make perfect sense. I walk on the street, I imagine a candle, and I look down at my feet and there's a candle. People would say, wow, this is crazy, it's such a coincidence. Well, it's a co-created incidence. It is a coincidence, but it's something I have created, it's something I have generated. But that doesn't make it special, nor does it make me special. It just simply happened. For I am the universe working with itself. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just an expression of sorts. And now even the cigarette won't smoke. There we go. Oh no, man. I've climbed mountains. I've seen monkeys. I've been through rain. I've been in a king's bed, and I've slept on a cold pavement. I have been in pure isolation and in pure freedom. I have loved, I have unloved, I have been alone, I have been secure, I have been insecure. I've done it all. I feel like an old man, pretending in a kid's body. I have seen God. I have been God. I have seen the future. I've seen the past. I know what I'm gonna do, and I knew I was gonna make this video. But it's also familiar. It's also familiar. I see a person that doesn't even know themselves, and as I'm getting to know them, I realize I already know their role. I know how it links to the other person and what effect that has on that side of the world that mirrors this reflection, that has this person going through this thing, and this is their role in this society that makes them do this. It's also logical in its illogicalness. It's just stupid. It's just fucking stupid. And it's glorious. And there's nothing to do but move through it. There's nothing to do but to be adrift. Every person I see on the street, every friend I meet, I know what they're like. And it never fails me. It never fails me. I hope for the best. And I'm not hoping for the best in a way like, oh, I wish this person is whatever which way. No. I wish that this person isn't what I expect them to be. Yet, they always are. And that counts for myself too. I'm fucking predictable. I make the same human mistakes everyone else does. And I make the ones that make sense to me. That makes sense to this ego that's been created. It makes perfect sense. It's stupid. And it's just this fucking alien mind in here that is always viewing with this calm demeanor that I don't often show to people. It's almost like I'm playing this game of being human. Playing this game of being Thomas. Fucking Thomas, this ADHD, Oh, I'm so hyper, I'm so energetic, I love everyone, just fuck that shit. And then I also have this ego side that, gets shit done, is assertive. I have this soft, vulnerable side. And every single one of them is so predictable. And I've read the stars and I know where it's going. And I guess there's a certain comfort in that, but sometimes I wish I could just start over. Yet when I die, if I were to die, since I've not been able to die yet, and I have definitely tried, at the end of the day, it all turns to void as well. So it doesn't make a difference either. Just, my body will decompose, it'll become ashes, those ashes will become some kind of soil for some kind of animal that, I don't know, something will grow out of it. Call it reincarnation, whatever, call it science, call it decomposition, call it going up to heaven, it does not matter. And you know what? When I'll die, I'll have a DMT trip. Everyone does. So I'll probably think I'm going to heaven, which is why people that are near death, come back having seen God, as I have seen God as well. But that also is just a creation in this little mind box. That's all there is. Take it or leave it. Sorry, religion. No. I'm gonna leave it here, I think. Thank you for listening. And have a great day. Whatever that means. Goddamn.